I was having this conversation today with a friend of mine who also owns a marketing agency. We were talking about whether you should charge to do estimates or not. And so I thought this would make a great video topic because I think charging for estimates is one of those things that some businesses think is a good idea. I wanted to share what my thoughts are on it and see what you think about it. So when it comes to estimates, it's one of those things where I feel like it should always be a free estimate situation. A lot of businesses do it this way because ultimately I want to reduce the friction of customers onboarding with my business. And I don't mind dedicating that time. Some people say, oh, well, it takes me a long time to put together an estimate, and that's all my time and I could be doing other things, getting paid for it. Yeah, well, that's part of doing the business, right? That's part of the overall aspects of creating your business. You have to do estimates for people. You have to onboard people. And those people don't always pull the trigger and become customers. But the way I look at it is the 80-20 rule. So you're going to have 80% of the customers that are going to go ahead and they're going to accept the estimate. They're going to get started. That's going to pay for the other 20% that don't do it, right? So you need to amortize the idea. Amortization of energy in your business is such a great philosophy and concept to get a hold of because it will really reduce the stress that you feel towards specific customers. We always know that 20% of the customers are going to be a pain in the butt and 80% of the customers are going to be very smooth sailing. So when you deal with those one that are in that 20% category, just amortize the energy that you get from the other 80% that are easy to deal with and say, okay, they're helping to cover with this. I know that they're going to be really needy and they're going to, ask me a lot of this and that, and they're going to have a lot of extras you have to put in. Make that 20% happy because you know that it also is being served by the 80%. So that's the way I look at it in the philosophy. I want everybody to have a positive experience. I want everything to be very easy for the customer. I'm always trying to reduce the friction for the customer so they have less stress to deal with, less things they have to worry about. It's easier to do business with me because ultimately I want to be, I'm in a very competitive field. There's a lot of different places you can go to get websites built or marketing companies. So for me, I'm all about how can I make it the easiest for my customers. I want my customers to feel like, why would I go anywhere else? It's so easy to work with him. His communication's so quick. He does things so quickly. He listens to what I have to say. He doesn't mess things up that much. If he messes it up, he goes and fixes it immediately. All these things that are pain points when you deal with web developers, which can be a nightmare to deal with. They don't listen to you. They don't get back to you. They don't do things right. They mess things up. Those are all the things that I'm always trying to dial in. So there's always a precision to what I do. And the communication is huge. It's paramount to what I do. So your industry is probably very similar in a lot of ways. What do you think about charging for estimates? I feel like, this is a very interesting point. I'd love to hear some other business owners out there who are on the other side of the fence. If you're charging for estimates, tell me why and why you think it's a good idea and how well it actually works for your customers. If you feel like you have a higher retention rate and a higher conversion rate from charging customers versus that you would if you were just offering free estimates. So this is Joe Villa, SkyPoint Studios. Thanks so much as always for watching my videos. I really appreciate your viewership and I'm gonna catch you on the next one.